I said, those are our people, right there.
A couple's homemade travel videos use a racial equity lens to help rate popular destinations.
We're out here distributing our Divas survival kits.
For women experiencing homelessness, one organization is helping them regain their dignity.
You see them up close and personal.
Another Seafair cancellation disappoints Blue Angels fans, but we'll take you up close. These stories and more next on CityStream. I'm Enrique Cerna. Welcome to CityStream from the Pike Place neighborhood. When most people think of the market, this comes to mind. But Pike Place Market is much more than flying fish and stalls packed with everything from fresh produce to souvenirs. This is part of a 9-acre historical district that supports dozens of small businesses. Yes, the market is one of the city's top tourist destinations. But if you're heading out for a trip this summer, consider packing a new perspective from an up-and-coming local travel show. It's called Traveling While Black in Seattle. Brian Callanan has more.
Yep, that's cool.
When Anthony and Marley Love came to the Pacific Northwest 2 years ago, they didn't know their way around.
Oh, here we go. And sometimes this is live, so it's we drive like Washingtonians already.
But dealing with potentially uncomfortable situations on a road trip comes more naturally to this couple than you might think.
What's up? I'm Anthony. This is my wife Marley, and welcome to another episode of Traveling While Black in Seattle.
The Loves, self-proclaimed lifelong black people, have created a show to chronicle their trips across the state of Washington and beyond.
Cheers.
Marley, a life coach, and Anthony, a supply chain worker, are transplants from St. Louis who started their online program in 2019 simply as a way to get to know Seattle.
So I said, how about we start a show where we go out and help black people and other people that are marginalized, let them know where the places are safe, how much fun they are, and just like our overall experiences.
Anthony and Marley give each location a drive grade for accessibility, a fun level rating, and what the Loves call a black person comfort meter.
People might not realize that people that look like us, people that feel discriminated against, have that like little voice in the back of their head being like, is this gonna be safe for me?
Census figures show black people make up only 7.3% of the Seattle population, 4.4% statewide. But the Loves are keeping their eyes open.
Oh, we got some black folk. We have to get that.
Their smiling, positive approach to the challenging topic of race carries a gentle but powerful message.
It's not really about, going out and seeking like racism or any type of hate. It's about encouraging black people to travel to places where they may have not even thought they would want to go check out.
With 60+ episodes and counting, Traveling While Black has covered a lot of ground, having some fun and turning some heads.
I think we went a little overboard.
Rebecca Servos owns Distant Worlds Coffee Shop in Seattle's Roosevelt neighborhood.
And they wore cosplay, and I said, those are our people, right there. Yeah, okay, go ahead and write that all down. Let's get rock and rolling on that.
She invited Traveling While Black to visit her self-described geeky coffee spot.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, how are you?
Living the dream all day, every day.
Yes.
Servos says her business seeks to elevate the voices of queer women and people of color, serving up a new perspective on what being a geek is all about.
We really want to create a space that is inclusive and welcoming to folks who may not have felt included and welcomed in geek culture prior to being here in our space.
It's a mission similar to what guides Traveling While Black, inviting people with a sense of community, not competition, to examine the prejudices we all carry.
It requires a lot of looking internally and seeking out those personal biases, rooting them out, seeing how they're influenced by the culture that we live in.
And that culture is changing.
Right there. I think we go that way. Let's go. Yeah. Should we go to the bar?
Let's go.
All right, start off with beverage today.
The Westie, whose founding chef, Chris Hartfield, is Black, has survived a time of protest and pandemic over the past year plus by adapting its business, but staying focused on inclusivity.
There shouldn't be any reason, whether it's Black, white, Asian, gay, straight. There should be no reason to be greeted any differently from how you would anywhere else.
1, 2, 3.
It's an idea worth toasting for Traveling While Black, for the Westie, and for all of us as we recover from a worldwide crisis in the hopes of coming back better.
I think that we've seen a lot of creativity come out of this past year and a half, so it's fun to see that used in a positive light and to share that message and to make other people see it and be welcome about it.
Not every trip has been fun. On a visit to the Olympic Peninsula last year, the Loves felt ignored at a restaurant and very unwelcome.
Well, an unfriendly cold welcome.
We know it was cold for us because the 2 sets of white customers that came in after us during our visit were both greeted very differently.
Most of all, I think it was kind of disappointing.
And social media isn't always on their side either.
You know, like we get comments on our YouTube and our Facebook page where people are like, this is dumb, you shouldn't be doing this.
But those few incidents haven't stopped their willingness to dive into situations that are not always that comfortable.
Full disclosure, we don't know how to swim.
We're trying to do something about it and just show people, hey, listen, I know you have that voice in the back of your head, but it's okay, you can get out, you can do these things because it's fun and it's beautiful.
Anthony and Marley say they're open to wherever the Traveling While Black experience takes them, and they're hoping that everyone, no matter what your racial background, is on board.
Yes, they might take some wrong turns.
Is this one way?
No, it's not a one way.
But we could all use some help finding our way on a long trip to racial equity.
That's kind of like a dream of ours. Our show can have an impact, that journey we are on as a country, to right some wrongs in the past and kind of heal some wounds.
We want to go north, south, we want to go all over Washington, we want to go Oregon, California, we just want to go everywhere.
While the videos are called Traveling While Black in Seattle, Anthony and Marley actually explore much of Western Washington. And with 64 episodes and counting, they provide a lot to see and experience. Next on CityStream, From Hopeless to Hopeful, an organization helps homeless women reclaim their dignity. Each day, thousands of visitors crowd into Pike Place Market. Many are unaware that 1 floor down, the Pike Market Senior Center is serving some of downtown's most vulnerable low-income residents. For 40 years, the center has provided free meals to thousands of seniors. It's also been a place to find community and engage in activities. And for homeless elders, case managers help them find a safe place to live. Experiencing homelessness means struggling to meet basic human needs. This devastating experience can lead to feelings of despair and a loss of self-esteem. Seattle-based Dignity for Divas is helping people find a pathway out of life on the streets. From general outreach programs tailored to women, the nonprofit is helping people restore their confidence and reclaim their dignity. More now from Malia Karlinski.
When you're hungry, you don't care who's handing you a sandwich. Hey, how you doing? Knock, 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 knock. There's snacks, chips, water.
Within a sea of tents housing the homeless in Seattle's City Hall Park, Nikki Gane is handing out brightly colored bags. They're a beacon of help and hope.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
All they see is hope. You're welcome. So I just kind of line myself up as I'm hope in a diva shirt. Purple is the color of dignity, royalty, and it's just always been a color that just meant like you matter.
It's also the hue representing the organization Dignity for Divas, founded by Gane in 2012. Inside the kits, simple supplies that can be simply life-changing.
We're out here distributing our Diva survival kits. Everything you need if you don't have what you need. Toothpaste, toothbrush. For women, always the pads, shampoo, conditioner, water, mask, PPE, snacks, deodorant, we all need it. We typically give out between 1,300 to 1,500 of these a month.
Nikki and her team of volunteers regularly visit 6 local cities with their Diva Duty outreach.
Just trying to make that first touch of a connection of dignity and get that flow going, right? Flow of love. All right, there you go.
The love keeps flowing and growing after people find housing.
Okay, she's here for her appointment.
From the Diva home office in Seattle,
how are you?
Clients are celebrated and set up for success in their new digs.
So you just moved into your place. How do you love it?
I'm so happy.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So now the journey begins. Every month we will do check-ins with you. Okay?
Cool.
To see what's going on. Because things come up.
Oh, it's super cool. Like to have a little bit of guidance.
At this stage, every client gets a kit, and every kit has something in common.
Everything we give is new because it's time to level up. And you can't level up with old stuff. I want families to have the quality that I believe they deserve. I think the quality that you put in your life is going to be the quality you get out of your life.
So cool, you guys.
I know, you're welcome.
Like, I didn't expect to get spoiled.
This is the most important piece of paper I'm going to give you. I want you to hang this up somewhere where you can see it. And every day, I want you to say everything here. So these affirmations are really good. And you'll start to see things happen as you say. You're going to be like, I just said that.
Yeah, I'm a big believer of like the laws of attraction.
There you go. So we want to speak out what we want to attract to our lives.
After having her photo snapped,
oh, perfect. Okay.
This diva is on her way with a fresh start and a new reason to smile.
It's super cool. It's a little overwhelming, you guys.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm here to introduce dignity because I was at a point in my life when I didn't have it. So I know what that feels like, but I also know the other side. And I'm gonna help them get there.
Nikki's passion for helping people experiencing homelessness is personal. She's been there herself.
I didn't do anything wrong. I went to work every day. I was married. I was in a very unhealthy, abusive marriage. So I was not in the right situation, and that's what led to my homelessness. Sometimes it's hard for someone to imagine what it feels like to be homeless. And I always tell someone, you know, like if you just lost your phone, and you were somewhere with no money, nobody you know, no transportation, no ID, no nothing, how would you feel? You would almost, you could start to crumble apart.
That tough time was a turning point.
The PTSD from it was so severe that every person I saw, I knew how they felt.
Nikki and Dignity for Divas have made a big impact using a 3-tiered approach.
For the outreach, since 2012, we've reached over 65,000 men, women, and children experiencing homelessness.
Their Welcome Home program provides kits stocked with household essentials, from small appliances to cleaning supplies.
As you can see, we love purple. Every time they pick an item up, they're going to remember dignity.
Finally, there's the Diva Dream program. It's geared towards women who have maintained housing for more than 6 months.
Conditioner, soap, body wash.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
The Diva Dream kit that this client is getting focuses on self-care.
Ooh.
She still has an image from when she first connected with Divas and finally felt hope for the future.
This was taken almost 2 years ago. It was a lot going on. And I'm so grateful to have grown from this person. I don't feel like I would be the person I am today if I didn't have the support and the care that this organization and Miss Nikki does provide me.
That's that sparkle. You know, we all have that inner diva within us that want to be our best, that want to shine.
In the dictionary, dignity is defined as the quality or state of being worthy, honored, or esteemed.
There you go.
What's not included? How possessing that feeling can completely change the course of a person's life.
Dignity comes from a lot of feelings of self-worth and confidence. This picture, I look at it, I want to cry because I didn't have any of that. And through outreach and what she's doing for me, I have been able to get my dignity back. Absolutely.
So we've got to start meeting people where they are, and we've got to start working with them to heal their hurt and show up for them and really show up for love. Okay, you good. How do you end homelessness? Well, I could be wrong, but I guarantee you it's gonna go through healing.
Dignity for Divas is continuing to grow. Its new Diva Dream Academy opening this fall will provide self-care resources and wellness services for women experiencing homelessness. Now, if you'd like to learn more, go to dignityfordivas.org. Just ahead, the city's push to give back alleys a brighter image. And with Seafair off, we'll revisit the Blue Angels' finest and fastest shows as CityStream continues. There's a renaissance of sorts going on in Seattle, from the Chinatown International District to Pioneer Square to right here in the Pike Place Market neighborhood. Back alleys are becoming the new front door, and Diane Duthweiler has that story.
Alleys. One under the Pike Place Market hosts the Gum Wall. Nearby, a restaurant with no sign, just a pink door. And as our city grows more crowded, you will find more front doors, landscaping, and art in Seattle's increasingly activated alleys.
It's to create a third place for people to hang out and have community. So that space for that to happen is lacking in the U District.
These University District alley enhancements are private efforts. Others, the results of wide-ranging public and private partnerships.
This is called the Allegro Quinn Alley, and it's just sponsored by a number of people, of which U District Advocates is one part.
Seattle's transportation and utility departments helped coordinate improved surfacing, wiring, and waste disposal. A private landowner donated the space, designing the building for alley amenities.
One is looking at the lighting, which you'll see overhead better at nighttime, building a seating area, the bike storage is part of that, and then painting the surface pavement area so you can identify what is private and what is public.
Kate Robinson, co-owner of the alley entry Cafe Allegro, tends the plants.
So the planters, in conjunction with the University Temple Children's School, we have planted some native and non-native plants to bring some greenery and life to the alley.
Cafe Allegro now shares waste and garbage containers with a neighbor, ideas and invites too.
We've had the MFA program at the UW. They've done a couple of art exhibits here in the springtime. Yeah, we've had weddings in the alley. We've had funerals in the alley.
In the Chinatown International District, a Wing Loop Museum tour guide says active alleys are a return to our past.
People lived in our alleyways from a long time ago. Either you had a business nestled in the side of one of these buildings, or you had a residence. But the red door front is an actual apartment that's still been preserved for tours. So we're going to visit this one. This is apartment 6. This is the front room. It's pretty Spartan. This is an eat-in kitchen. You didn't have formal spaces.
Across the way in Canton Alley, a tribute to a community legend.
This is a memorial to Donnie Chin, who unfortunately was gunned down a few years ago. And the business is still sporadically, or I think part-time, it's opened on the weekends by his sister.
This passage with a private garden is the next International District alley targeted for upgrades.
I'm walking my baby back home.
In Pioneer Square, recent revamping projects are just north and south of Occidental Park.
In addition to the 2 alleys that were resurfaced recently, there is a 3rd alley that private developer is working on resurfacing, as well as adding retail and activation to that space. One of the really great ones we had was called the Alley Cat event, and there was a truck that came down with cats in it, and you could actually go and adopt a rescued kitten from the alley, so that was really cool. The long-term plan for the alleys includes making sure that there's not just one-off activation, that there's actually sustainable activity. So like you see behind me, the people in the alley, this is actually an outdoor cafe for Costco Antigua.
If you didn't believe the part about alley weddings, witness these nuptials in Nord Alley, also home to Pioneer Square's back alley bike repair. Its slogan?
Right up your alley.
Owner Ben Rainbow says the upgrades took time, but his back alley front door is an attraction.
People are walking around and they walk, and then they come back and they reach for their camera and then they take their picture. That's like clockwork, it happens.
Rainbow says a nicer Nord Alley is like an outdoor living room.
So tonight we're co-hosting the first Thursday Art Walk with a group of artists here in Seattle known as the New Mystics. Music in the alley is always fun. The acoustics are really, really good.
So I love music. We were at one of the galleries above where the music was, and we could hear it in there. So yeah, it's not just walking through the alley, but you can hear it in different venues too.
We were just cruising around, kind of checking things out. We just were commenting on how the alleyway looks so much better with all the lights and how much more cleaned up it is.
No one is wedding tonight, but there is a cowhand.
All we know is it said, find the cowboy in the alley.
Yes.
Leading a scavenger hunt.
So this is all extra storytelling around the show we've got opening, or the show we've got right next door. Prizes for everybody at the end.
It's just another level of stirring people's imagination.
This space may look tiny, but it creates a place where people know on a map, I can go there and hang out while I'm waiting for a friend, or it'd be a cool place when the sun's out.
We're kind of like a living laboratory to what can work in an urban environment if people actually work together.
One great benefit of the growing makeover, curators say revamped alleys increase foot traffic in the area, reducing crime. We'll be right back. For the second year in a row, the city's long-standing summer celebration, Seafair, has been canceled. It's a major disappointment to fans of the Navy's Blue Angels. For them, we have the next best thing, a story on those who covet a different view of their beloved Blue Angels. Producer Randy Ng explains.
This spot is, to me, the best spot. You know, you see them up close and personal.
This is the best place to watch the Blue Angels ever. Hands down, everything. Right here.
I think that us Seattle natives that sit here at the end of the runway understand. You know, where they're taking off and they're landing. You know, that's the best.
Seattle's shortest air show sitting down here. Technically there. Boom! Good, because you can't hear them coming. You can hear them leaving.
Come on with it. I'm ready. I told you, I told you.
This is where it starts. They take off, they're down low, it's loud. Why the ladder? So I can get up above the busy fence.
It's a Seattle thing. You can't get it. Lake Washington, yeah, they have the hydros.
We seen the big flying shows and stuff like that.
I didn't see it.
but to feel the blues right over your head, that's the best. That's the best. But then the waiting, though, get ready.
Yeah.
No, really, I'm serious. The wait for them to all come back in formation is the best. It's that salute at the end, right here at the end of the runway. They just being slow about it. This is the best part. All right, even though we was getting ready for 20 minutes. No. All right.
Ingrid, look, over there.
Get ready. You know, it's that Seattle soul. Blue Angels are the Seattle soul in the summertime.
It's part of Seattle history. It's what Seafair is about.
Yeah! Can't nothing get better than that. That was the longest, shortest show ever. The best!
Now that's a great view. That wraps up this episode of CityStream from the Pike Place Market neighborhood. If you'd like to watch more outstanding Seattle Channel programming, visit our website, seattle.gov, and click on Feature Shows. I'm Enrique Cerna. Thanks for joining us.